What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And in one of my previous videos, I had a commenter mention the risks of spirituality and specifically spiritual psychosis. So in this video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to make sure that you keep your mind safe throughout your spiritual journey, because we have to protect our minds, and changing our reality, changing our perspective about ourselves and the world can be something that is just mind-bending and can cause all sorts of unhealthy ways of thinking and existing throughout the world that can make you dysfunctional. I've experienced this firsthand. So the first thing I want to warn people against is biting off more than you can chew, right? Sometimes you get into spiritual concepts and they're very deep and they contradict the normal way of seeing the world or thinking about life, and it can really make you think about, the way you had been living your life up to that point, and just realize how much of a lie all of it, or how fake all of it has been. Like that can be a lot to really take in. So make sure that you're always checking in with yourself throughout your studies. Be like I always judge like the sinking feeling in my stomach. Like sometimes I would read something and it's like, whoa, that's a crazy insight. But I'm like, that's a lot. That's that's a lot of cognitive dissonance, right? In my mind, like things opening up my world, opening up my reality. Like your brain has to be ready for that. So just constantly check in with yourself and check in on that sinking feeling. Like, holy fuck, and that's a good place to stop if you're reading something and you start to experience that. So the second word of advice I have is don't make the mistake of taking things too literally. Consider the things that you study as all interesting perspectives that you can explore, that can provide you things that are useful. So always just be open to these things. Don't take them so seriously all the time. Sometimes they bring up things that, we need to filter out, and cleanse from our system and address and adapt to, so let that process happen like I say, as you are ready, so just make sure that you don't take things too literally and too seriously throughout your studies, when you're exploring all these different philosophies and forms of spirituality and stuff like that. Just make sure that you're considering them as all interesting perspectives, all interesting ideas. And there's a lot of metaphors. There's a lot of things that are suggestive of something else observable in this reality. Understand that spirituality isn't explaining something that's outside of this reality. It's all here. So don't think that you're accessing some alien realm or some other crazy dimension. You're just becoming more aware of the different sides of the world and how it operates. And again, I've seen people with spiritual psychosis like plenty of times as a meditation instructor, and it's definitely not something that you want to end up enduring. Like it can turn you homeless. It can make you completely detached from reality, like just the way things are and how society functions. So that's another way to gauge like how to proceed throughout your spiritual journey. Is what I'm studying helping me function, or is it making it more difficult for me to function? And if it's making it more difficult for you to function, then right, it's probably time to back off. It's probably time to just focus on other things and then come back to your spiritual work later. So another mistake I see people making is using spirituality as an escape. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Again, that creates all sorts of dysfunction. Like I don't really need to get into that too much. Using anything as an escape causes dysfunction. So don't use spirituality as an escape. And I guess the last word of advice I have for now is make sure that you still seek medical help. If it brings up something that's hard for you to process or hard for you to work with, right? Don't let spirituality, void the validity of the medical system, because there are still lots of other amazing ways that people can help you, right? So take care of your mental health. Make sure you're always meditating. Have fun on your journey and enjoy exploring. Stay safe, most of all. All right, peace, guys. Have a good one.